I wouldn't call it odd jobs. I think I just love doing them, like waking up the actors and then picking them up, fetching them from the airport, dropping them to the location, looking after them, getting the right snacks and in the tea breaks.
Telugu film, you changed your name to AK Rao.
Yes, I did, because I thought that nobody's really going to give me work in Bollywood. So I said, let me make myself. Beggars can't be choosers. So wherever, me and Sunita, I think more than that, because I think it's almost about 48 years now.
48 years?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Because we were dating each other, we were friends, we dated, then we got married, and it's almost 38 years since we were married. So almost 48 years.
I want to know, how did your love story begin? Like, where did it begin?
It began on the phone, and then we became close friends on the phone, on the landline.
There was a point of time in your life that you stayed in Prithviraj Kapoor's garage. From there to whatever you've created, it's like an...
See, to be honest with you, I was not born there. My mom and dad stayed. It was like a kind of a outhouse, and that was in Chembur. And then from there we moved to Tilak Nagar, which again was like a kind of a small little one-room kholi, where we're almost 7-8 of us, so in one room.
I remember the first time I met Anil sir. It was in Calcutta, and I remember what he told me. He asked me my age, and I told him what my age was. He said, "It's okay, you're just 3 years older than me." I think in terms of energy, in terms of enthusiasm, and in terms of positive aura, there's nobody who can match Anil Kapoor. And today I have him sharing his story with us only on Bollywood Bubble. Thank you so much, sir. You are still 3 years younger than me only, and I'm going to say this till eternity.
Well, I've been watching, your show, and you're doing a wonderful job. And I never knew you were such a great dancer, man.
Thank you so much, sir.
No, I mean it honestly, really.
Chalo, I will dance with you. Then this makes me say that we have to do My Name is Lakhan.
No, but I would love to dance with you, but you want to afford me, right?
That is true.
Because you do it free, but I take.
That is true. This movie has done so well in terms of box office as well. Do you remember the first time, in the first few years, nobody knows your story. People look at you as Anil Kapoor, because at that point I think there was not so much of media to highlight your story. But when you started off, you actually started out of compulsion because of your family's financial struggle. I
didn't start acting because of compulsion.
You didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, not acting. You started off working.
Working, yes, of course. And I feel somewhere that really helped me. Make a great, sometimes a foundation, my foundation is very, very sound, very sustainable, and it has stood the test of time. I think because I started very young, and I somewhere understand, so many things which sometimes takes many, many years for you to understand. But when you start from scratch and you work your way up, I think it's much more satisfying.
I had read somewhere that you started because your father had a...
yes, I did. He was... that was, I remember I came back. He came back from work, and he was feeling uncomfortable. And then we called the doctors, and that was the first time we came to know that he has some heart issues. I think, and in those days, heart issues was a very
big thing.
Very big thing, and... I think that somewhere was a kind of a turning point in my, I said I have to now, start working and let my dad chill. I was pretty young. I think I was 17, 18 years old,
What were the odd jobs that you did?
I wouldn't call it odd jobs. I think I just loved doing them. Like waking up the actors and then picking them up, fetching them from the airport, dropping them to the location, looking after them, getting the right snacks. And in the tea breaks, and we used to call it nashta. So all these kind of odd jobs I did. Then of course I was upgraded to doing a bit of shopping for hardware for the shoot, and then scouting locations, fixing and negotiating the prices for the locations. So I was upgraded again, and then I was upgraded to becoming the casting director. So I did, if you see Hum Panch, I'm the casting director of Hum Panch.
Yeah.
If you see the titles, That's the first time my name appeared on the in the titles is in Ampanch, where they've given me the title of casting director because I was really helped in the casting of the film. And then, of course, after that, I did my course of acting, and I was doing bit roles from 1977 to 82. I did bit roles, I did a Telugu film, I did a Kannada film, and then of course Bosadin happened.
In the Telugu film, you changed your name to AK Rao.
Yes, I did, because I thought that nobody's really going to give me work in Bollywood. So I said, let me make myself, beggars can't be choosers. So wherever. So I was getting this. I got this offer from in a Telugu film. Then I did a Kannada film. So I said, now let me, And then of course things change again. I got a few films over here, and they did well. And then I'm sitting in front of you now.
Absolutely. But why did you feel that you will not be getting work? Because you're so fantastic. I think you're one of those actors who has been relevant across generations, And it is very difficult to be relevant across generations. I'm like, nothing about your age, but the way you portray characters on screen, it's been so relevant.
Because I think I just love this job of mine, this profession which I chose. I feel blessed and very fortunate that I made the right choices and I worked with the right people at the right time, and the right people chose me at the right time for me to portray what they had written for me, and of course, so I think that's what life is all about. Is you get opportunities and you make the most of the opportunities, and sometimes you don't get opportunities and you grab those opportunities. You work towards it, you dream, you pursue and get it and work towards it and do your best. And as I said, there's blood and sweat involved in whatever you do, and then just do your best and leave it to the audience too. That's what we did for JugJugg Jeeyo also.
Absolutely.
We all have done our best, and now we're reaping the harvest, and people are loving the film and giving us so much of love.
I remember during the promotions, you had gone to this reality show where you got emotional about your mother and her struggle. And how difficult was it for the family at that point,
See, I am not one of those who really goes back and and talk about the past, and I just move on. I just feel very uncomfortable to talk about all these things. So this is one of those moments which happened, and something just triggered, and I just got a little bit senti. But if you have my way, I would rather not get emotional about, just move on to the next, and focus on the next film which I'm doing.
When we talk about your upbringing, it shows in the way you behave with people, despite being such a legendary actor. You always go out of your way to make somebody feel comfortable. Do you somehow credit your upbringing and middle class upbringing especially?
I think it's my dad. My dad, no matter how tired or exhausted he was, any guest or any person, he was always nice to people, always generous, always go up to the car or go up to the door to drop them. And I think that also comes very automatically to me. I think somewhere it's a legacy from my father, who was a gentleman, was innocent, was naive, was generous and very giving and very loved by everybody.
In the movie, we see a very different equation between you and Neetu ma'am, which keeps changing after every scene. There's a lot of love, there's a little bit of a fight, but the fights are also in silence. I want to know, back at home, how do you guys fight, like you and Sunita ma'am? How do you fight, and what are the things you fight about usually?
We have that's what healthy relationship is all about. You have your agreements, your disagreements, you have your fights, then you make up, and then of course if you really love each other, you just because ultimately it's love for each other which is paramount. So everything else becomes secondary, and then you just move on in life and just be happy, and you forget about the fights. And I don't believe in what is carrying on the arguments or the fights, as you call it, beyond an hour.
But this is a very interesting love story. Like today's day, when we say relationships are failing to adjust to each other, people are failing to adjust to each other in relationships, you guys have stood the test of time, and you guys have been there for around 4 decades, if I'm not wrong.
For me and Sunita?
Yeah.
I think more than that, because I think it's almost about 48 years now.
48 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because we were dating each other, we were friends, we dated, then we got married. And it's almost 38 years since we were married, so almost 48 years.
I want to know, how did your love story begin? Like, where did it begin?
It began on the phone, and then we became close friends on the phone, on the landline, not the mobile. And of course, then we met, and then we started. We fell in love, and that's where the love story began. It was from friendship. It became, and we felt that we are very much compatible in every department, every which way. And as they say, sometimes I believe in it, the marriages are made in heaven.
Yeah. Sonam in an interview with me had said, when she spoke about your love story, because she was talking about love stories in general and how she looks up to your and Sunita ma'am's love story. She said that, my father was persistent in the beginning, and he knew that I'm going to marry this woman, despite there being like a little bit of difference between the two. How did you manage that at that point of time? Because tab to itna progressive zamana, sab kuch nahi tha.
I think she managed it, and she tolerated it. So, hats off to her. I was the bad guy.
No, you were not. You were never the bad guy. Nobody is ever going to call you the bad guy.
Yeah, I was the bad guy.
But today, do you feel complete with everybody in your family? Like, this Riya is married happily. Sonam is married happily. Sonam is going to deliver very, very soon. I am very excited. When I heard the news, I messaged her and I said that, I don't know why, but it feels like very personal. And of course, Harsh is there, and Harsh is also trying. Harsh has always set out to make something of his own and not charter the same route that you have. How do you feel about the family being complete?
Well, I think everybody is very, very strong. They're strong individuals, very independent, and that's. I said. Then I spoke to Sonam yesterday only. I said, "What is it?" I said, "No." I said, "That's the way we've been brought up, to be independent, to be free." And y'all are very easygoing. Y'all, as parents, y'all have been so easygoing. So I said, I said that's the reason we want to come back, and want to be with y'all. I said that's not good. Yeah. I wish I was not that easygoing and been more strict.
You are one of those actors who loves working with the younger generation of actors. You work with so many, and the chemistry that you share, sir, I'm telling you, Varun, and I told Varun also, the chemistry between you and Varun is outstanding. It's the best, according to me, in the entire film. And I also loved Kiara and Neetu Ji's chemistry. It was like men bonding and women bonding, and it was so beautifully portrayed in movies. It also takes a lot when two big actors are very secure to bring out a product like this, which gets so loved. Have you ever been in positions where you've done so many multiple hero projects in the beginning and throughout your career? Have you ever been in a position where you felt like you worked with somebody who's insecure, without naming, or maybe your roles have gotten reduced?
Reduced in what way?
Like little edited, and you didn't like the final edit of the movie, the way it turned.
No, I think whatever, I don't even watch my films. Yeah, I just move on to my next. So I don't even know what has happened. So I just go on, and I just don't. Abhi kar liya, it's the directors and filmmakers' prerogative what they want to do with the film, and I've done my job as an actor, and I just move on to my next. So I don't take that, if they cut it, it's their, if they feel, if the film does well, it cuts it, it's good for the film. If they cut it, the film doesn't do well, it's their funeral.
But how do you handle insecurities of actors? Because you've never had that. I have seen you, I'll put it out because people don't know this. I've seen you treat a senior journalist with as much respect, love and warmth as you would treat a newcomer. And I think I was a child when I met you for 24
still a child,
in Calcutta.
You're still a child.
No, not anymore. I'm in my 30s now, I'm not a child.
But you look as if you're in your, 16, 17.
I'm going to be journalism ka Anil Kapoor. When I'm 60, they should make memes on me.
So what's your question you said?
I said, you treat everybody with the same.
I think that's the way I think it should be. I think that's the way we've been brought up by my parents. Yeah, to treat everybody equally, and I think that's what I would like every young person to be. My children also, to treat everybody with love and respect. They might, no matter what, from where they come from.
Yeah.
From whatever strata of society or what, and any profession, all have to be treated equally. Yeah.
I feel that you are the one who bonds. Like Sonam has said that Anand at one point, like my father wanted to bond with Anand more than I and Anand could bond. Is that true, that you really want that kind of?
No, I make the effort. I do. I don't mind. I don't wait for people to be friend. I try. I just feel that you know, I don't want to waste energy. अरे वो बात करेगा तो मैं बात करूँगा. Let him, you know, kind of thing. I do my best so that no time is wasted in, you know, coming close to that person. Yeah, and the quicker the better. And you know, and being an actor, and somewhere I feel, and the kind of person I am, I feel the more time you spend with and have with, you know, whatever happens, it should happen very organically and quicker, faster, not waste time. One lifetime. So make the most of all the relationships and have fun with them.
Finally, you know, I read somewhere that there was a point of time in your life that you stayed in Prithviraj Kapoor's garage. From there to whatever you've created, it's like an...
See, I, to be honest with you, I was not born there. My mom and dad stayed. It was like a kind of a outhouse. And I was in Chembur. And then from there we moved to Tilak Nagar, which again was like a kind of a small little one-room kholi, where we were almost 7-8 of us, yeah, so in one room. So it was from there, I think we both, Boni was there, but I was born in Chembur only, but in Tilak Nagar, yeah.
Yeah, but from there, seeing that time to creating an empire of your own.
I have no empire, brother.
You have.
No.
You have.
Please let me very clear. There's no empire. There is just a small little home I have.
Which is a beautiful home.
You know, and that's what it is. I have no empire, yeah.
Finally, you know, people haven't seen that side out in the open. You're a deeply sensitive person. And you guys are like a well close-knit family, like everything, the celebrations are together, and the success and the failures are equally distributed, you know, the joys and the sorrows. You said you were very close to your father. Losing your father, was it difficult for you? And there are so many members of the family that you lost. Is there a
no, see, I'll tell you what, to be honest with you, my dad lived a beautiful life.
Yeah.
And I think he had a great, you know, he was a happy, fulfilled life. He was very happy.
Yeah.
He went for a walk.
Yeah.
And you know, and came back, untied his laces, and he just left us without really, you know. So I'm very happy about that. And we think about all the good things and then celebrate him, you know. So it's we.
But there were two deaths which were
so we miss him only with positivity and laughter, with his jokes and his humor. And when I go and meet anybody from any walk of life in this industry, especially in the film industry, they have only great things to speak about him.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel happy.
But there were two deaths, you know, I was coming to that only, that there was a point where he lived a fulfilled life, but there were also two deaths where you kind of anchored the whole family, especially during Sridevi ma'am's death, which is what Arjun has said also in...
I think it was more my wife who really, I think I get credit for it, but it's her who I think gets everybody together. Yeah, because she's somewhere among the, my mom is there, of course, but it's Sunita who keeps everybody together, yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. And I just feel that we keep having conversations like this because कभी-कभी लगता है कि मतलब, you know, when you meet somebody this legendary who's doing so well and they treat you with so much respect, it makes a lot of difference. So yeah, thank you for sharing your story with me.
Please don't ever call me legendary, okay? I am your friend, my dear.
Done. You're the best friend I have. You're the first friend from the industry that I had, by the way. I remember that.
Yeah, I know. I used to feel, sometimes message me, feel sad. And I said, come on, let's meet, let's chat. Let's do another interview. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Take care. Hi, this is Anil Kapoor and you're watching us on Bollywood Bubble.